Hello and welcome to another Pondagon video. I haven't uploaded for a while, I'm sure you're all aware. But today I just want to film a video which I can release probably to the second channel, talking about my plans for future long form content, as well as my experience with games. I'll probably cover this later if I do get into long form content in a longer and better video about it, but I fancy just talking a bit about it here, for reasons you'll see later. But first, I just wanted to talk about my plans for future content. Every time I have a plan for my future content, I then suddenly stop uploading. There's always a reason for it, often similar, but at the moment I do plan to make a video. I have a video in the works, which is to do with geographical stuff, which I'm very interested in. And I do plan to release it soon. I've got the script and all that. But editing is a nightmare. I hate it. I think it is a sin. I'm not even religious, but I do just not like editing. I feel I'm a rant a bit here, but as someone who enjoys writing scripts and talking about things passionately or in long form, editing is very difficult for me, like really difficult. I love the part where I get to write a script and talk about stuff. I love the part where I get to think about all of that. But when it comes to then turning that into a video, it's extremely difficult for me. I currently use like whatever's going. I used to use Windows, but then, well, that's not the best. So I'm just trying different things. But it's really difficult to get a good but also simple video editor, because I'm not willing to spend hours on end working out how to be a good video editor for a YouTube channel that has about 70 subs. I want to upload what I think and upload my videos nicely edited but also simply edited. I don't want all of the confusing things, but that's very difficult to find for me. Anyway, I really want to make these videos, but I've watched a lot of long form videos, video essays, and the editing, it's something that I don't think I'll be able to do. They take lots of footage from films in lots of them, but there is stuff in the works. For example, Pandas Girl, as I'm sure most of you are aware, is an incredible artist and is actually making me some little figures. Well, she's already made most of said figures, but there's a couple still in the works, and that's exciting. That should make editing easier, just a figure on the screen. Now, when I listen to long form videos, and I say listen here because I don't watch most of them, I will be playing a game such as Trackmania, which I'm currently playing, and just playing the game while listening to these videos. So unless the video kind of has to be watched, there's certain elements of it need to be viewed rather than just listened to, I will most likely not watch the video. And I plan to make my videos in that kind of format, and then you might be thinking, well, why not just make a podcast? That's actually a good point, but there are multiple reasons that I don't just do that. Firstly, podcasts normally have other people on, and it's normally a set thing where you have set points, and it's more, well, it just doesn't feel as free to me as videos. There's lots of creative freedom with videos, and podcasts feel either more formal or informal than a video, both at the same time, I would say. And also, I really don't like listening to podcasts myself for some reason. I don't find them that entertaining to listen to people interview other people repeatedly about the same subject, even if it's different things each time. I much prefer like a single video or even a series of videos feel much more listenable to me as a consumer. So I really don't like the idea of podcasts as a whole. Now, one thing I'm thinking about doing is overlaying me talking over, well, gaming like I'm doing now, although what I'm doing now is I'm gaming and talking at the same time. With this, I would record game footage and then record my voice and put over one another. But I really don't know what I'm gonna do. I might just do a black screen video, but to me that seems like a really bad idea. But yeah, that's about where I am with that. I'm really excited for the next upload, even if it does take a couple of years for me to finish editing, which I've barely started at the moment. I am really excited for that. But yeah, for now I wanted to talk a bit about games, which I've been getting into a bit more. Now, for those of you who are familiar with my channel, which, let's be honest, is every single one watching, especially if this is on the second channel, I feel like for the three of you watching, you'll all be very familiar with my channel, if not me as a person. I play lots of Minecraft, I always have. Minecraft has always been a big part of my life. In the year maybe 2014, I had a Kindle Fire, which was extremely exciting for me. This was new technology. It was just incredible, and I got some mobile games, as you do, and then I saw Minecraft. My friend Jam was playing it, and I thought it looked really cool. I installed it. Well, I say installed. I waited until I could ask and be told yes, that I could buy it, because it cost like, what, £8 back then on mobile. It might still cost the same, I don't know. But anyway, I bought it and I was instantly fascinated, but also a bit confused. Now, my friend Jam had played it for a little longer than me, and he knew how it worked. So one day, I think he came over to my house and he showed me how Minecraft worked, and I was completely amazed. I was breathtaken. This is one of the memories that I still have of that. I just remember spawn eggs, how incredibly fascinated I was by spawn eggs, how you could create your monsters there and then you could do whatever you wanted in monster spawners. They were so new to me, and that was all extremely exciting. I then continued to play for the next few years. I was really bad at survival, so I mainly did creative, but I was also bad at building. But to me, that did not matter at all. I've never been particularly good at those aspects of Minecraft, albeit they are the main aspects. I've never really excelled at them. Like, Candice and Jam are incredible at building. Their builds will just take your breath away. And Celadon is amazing at redstone. Everybody has a strong point. I've never really had a strong point, although in recent years I have become kind of the command guy because I can do command. Back then I didn't even know what a command was. And I would play for hours on end. I would play when I wasn't supposed to. I would play whenever I could, and it was massive. Then I remember one time I built a massive obsidian wither while waiting somewhere to do something. I was really proud of it. I flew 100 blocks away, never found it again. Anyway, but that was the wonder of Minecraft, how free and so much it was. It was very frustrating, but it just added to the immensely massiveness almost of Minecraft. And I continued playing it. I played it on holidays, I played it wherever I went, until eventually, Kindle Fires have never been particularly good. My battery began to suffer. By that I mean it had started to lose battery compared to gaining it even when on charge if I was playing Minecraft. And then I think I lost it for a while and I stopped playing Minecraft entirely. That was it for ages, until like the start of the pandemic, literally the start of the pandemic. It seems like I've been playing for much longer, but it is rather true. I was on a Zoom call and I was bored. I went upstairs. Minecraft Education Edition at the time was free for anyone with a certain account or something like that. If you had like a university or school account, you could get it for free, and I thought, why not? I'll just play on it, have a bit of fun. I was amazed. I can't describe how incredibly amazed I was. It was so fun and so incredible that I haven't been playing for so long, but there was so much that had changed. In Education Edition, I've never really played it since those first few days of me just being awestruck at Minecraft again for the second time, and I remember making lots of rules with scraps or something, because I'm pretty sure in Education Edition you can code with like different things into the game. So that was really fun for me. And at the time I was very much into coding. Still am quite into it. But that was incredible, and that inspired me to get Minecraft Bedrock Edition permanently. And I played it for myself for a while, but then I got a bit bored. Like Minecraft, it's a great game to play by yourself, but I love playing with friends. And I found out that Pandas and Squiddy also played it, and I went and joined one of their worlds, and it was incredible to me. It was amazing how much they had done, because I had never really done a massive project like this. It was genuinely incredible. And then as time passed, I started finding more and more of my friends who played it. I helped Celadon Leader get Minecraft. That was a big achievement of mine. Definitely worth the effort. And then I remember Pandas and Squiddy had a realm, which I played on. It was called Utopia, and it started off as a world. I joined, how you doing, blah blah blah. And they said, oh, we're just all building a house on the street. Do you want to build yours? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. So I built my house on said street. It was, their houses were very nice looking. My house was more, let's just say it was functional. It was inspired by Mumbo Jumbo, just because I, at the time, was going through a Mumbo craze. I still love him. He's one of my favourite Minecraft YouTubers ever, but that was when I was really discovering him and being mind blown by his redstone, which I didn't even know how it worked, but it was still incredible to me. I made that, and I came on a bit later, a couple of days later, and it had expanded, and we began playing on this world more and more, and we made more and more things. We made so many things. It became a full working town. I never watched Stampy Cat, I know, but it was like his wonderful or beautiful. This is gonna get lots of angry people. Like, I expect 2/3 of you watching, 2 of the 3 people watching are going to be very angry. It became like Stampy's lovely world. I think that's the right word. We just built loads of stuff, and it became a functioning society. And then I learned how to create NPCs, and I was amazed. I started putting them everywhere, and then we started having a full game that we had made inside of Minecraft. And that's always been part of the wonder of Minecraft for me. You can make a game inside the game. As time went on, I got more involved in Minecraft YouTube. There was so much content, it seemed, out there. And I would watch stuff, I would play it, and I amassed a pretty long play count. I had lots of fun. We had lots of servers and realms and all of that. I played with all the people on the MVC team, and it was so much fun. I had a world called Building Stuff when I first joined. I made my first YouTube video, Hey You, on there. We built loads of stuff, had lots of fun, and eventually, at this point, I'd probably racked up at least 500 hours, and I got a bit burnt out, believe it or not. Who would have thought? Despite having so much fun, I think, died in one of my long-term survival worlds / realms recently, and I was just getting a bit frustrated at the game. So I decided to go onto Steam, and I looked at what games there were. All my other friends had Steam. I didn't really know what it was, so I looked at what games there were, and I wasn't willing to spend money on anything at this time because I only really played Minecraft. But I looked on there, I found a free game, and I thought, well, I'll give this a shot. It was called Star Wars: The Old Republic. It was, I think, an MMORPG, and it was so different to Minecraft, so incredibly different, that it really surprised me. I didn't know that there was so much option in games, and it's actually not very well liked. Star Wars: The Old Republic, it's not the best game, and I can believe that. It definitely wasn't the best game, but it was very fun, and it was a whole new genre for me. Except it wasn't entirely, because on Minecraft there's Hypixel Skyblock, which is, I guess, an MMORPG, but this was different. This was a full game designed as an MMORPG. And it was amazing. I spent like 50 hours in like the first month alone. I'm not sure if that checks out, but I spent lots of time playing, and it was incredible. I had my friends would say, "You want to play?" and I did. I want to play, but I didn't want to play with them. I really enjoy spending time with them. I enjoy chatting, but I didn't enjoy Minecraft as much as I was enjoying Star Wars: The Old Republic at the moment. I would play that, talk to them, and it was just so enjoyable to me. Then after about a month or so, I stopped being burnt out for Minecraft. I played again, got back in touch with Squiddy and Pandish and played, and it was very fun. And I didn't think I would ever go back. And then a while later, I got burnt out of Minecraft again. I had kind of stopped communicating as much with a lot of my Minecraft friends, and I wanted to just do something different for a while. I played Star Wars: The Old Republic again, and this loop must have happened a couple of times, because somehow I found myself having beat the first section of the game, and it was then that I realised that there was like 500 hours of gameplay or something. I don't know, I've never gone back to it since, but that's the reason that I realised how amazing gaming could be, and that gaming wasn't just shoot 'em ups or those, like, I don't know, GTA 5, I don't know. But gaming had so much diversity in the world building, which for me as a writer is always really interesting, fascinated me about gaming. So then I went on the hunt for Steam games that were free, because as I've said, I'm not willing to spend money at that time. And I just started playing lots of different games that I found fun. Tell you what, I didn't. I downloaded games. There weren't that many free options on Steam, not gonna lie. At that time, and this is still coming through today, I was really interested in war. I thought the military and strategic stuff behind it was fascinating, and I was really interested. But I still couldn't find any good free war. So I didn't really play all that much. I got Lost Ark, because it was a similar genre to Star Wars: The Old Republic, but never really played it that much. But yeah, I got lots of different games on Steam, and if I go check right now, I can see I had lots of different games. I got a game called World of Tanks because Taperbook recommended it. I got Soccer Manager 22. Got random different games, but never really played many of them all that much. And then I went on holiday for a while, and I met up with one of my friends who I hadn't seen in a while, and he was a gamer. He plays lots of games, and I was really interested because he was a coder. He had done lots of coding work, and he showed me this game that he thought I would be interested in. It was called Baba Is You, and it sounds rather odd. And I must say it is. It's, I think, an indie game, but its mechanics left me completely awed. It was a puzzle game, except the way you beat the puzzle is by changing the game's mechanics. You would change exactly how the code worked. So there would be blocks, like one block would say Baba is you, one block would say flag is finish or something, one block would say wall is stop. But you could move those blocks, and that was incredible to me, that you could move them, and that was how you beat the puzzle. You could make it so that say you couldn't reach the flag because it was behind a wall, you could change you to be a character inside that wall, or you could change the finish to be wall, and it would basically mean that the way you fix your problems, the way you get to the end of that level, is by changing the level itself, and that was incredible to me. but I only got to play for maybe an hour. And then once the holiday had finished, I went back home. It cost some money, but I thought, you know what, it's worth it. I played and I played and I had like a really good 30 hours. Then I kind of stopped, went back to playing Minecraft for a bit, I think, and that was about it. I've gone back to it and I do plan to go back to it, but those 30 hours were worth the money, even if it doesn't seem like it. I had such a fun time. And I remembered another of my friends a long time ago had shown me a game, and it was called Tabbed, Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. I thought it was quite cool. There was a sale going on, so I bought it, and I enjoyed it. Um, it was really fun. I spent like maybe 40 hours on that one, but none of them really came close to Minecraft. I would still always play Minecraft predominantly. And going back to Hypixel Skyblock, I loved Hypixel Skyblock. I went through, I think, 2 or 3 phases of playing loads of Hypixel Skyblock. Being a kind of numbers guy, I did a lot of flipping. I was never really good at the combat elements or the grinding parts. I was just really interested in the way that the society functioned. To be honest, looking back on it, it doesn't have the best society. Like inflation was mad, like absolutely mad, like higher than any country on earth, I'm pretty sure. But it was very fun at the time, and I was a bit frustrated because my old computer, basically, it couldn't really properly run dungeons, which was a core aspect of Hypixel Skyblock. And I decided, from my experiences, I wanted a new computer. Now, this is a bit before there were certain things. I wanted a new computer to do certain things. So I got a new computer. The new computer was incredible. It ran everything much faster. It did all sorts of incredible stuff. It was truly amazing to me. Now, I had the original computer that I played on, was a very old one, like really old one. It would run Minecraft Java edition at about 5 frames per second. And so then I thought I'll get a new computer, and I did get the new computer, and it was cool. But then I realised it wasn't very cool. I kind of gone for the cheapest option that seemed good, and it wasn't a particularly good PC. It was just better, and it served Minecraft just fine, but it still wasn't doing as good as it could. And then I said that I wanted a new gaming PC, and I asked for money for it for presents, but I wanted it to be good gaming PC, so I didn't just use money from presents. I used basically my life savings essentially buy a good gaming PC this time. And it took about 2 years for me to finally get around to buying it, but eventually I did. And it might not have been 2 years, maybe just 1. And that's when I got Steam and all that, and the graphics are amazing. As you can see, I'm running a decently good game of Trackmania here. But it all gets a bit jumbled because for some reason my memory is terrible. I became interested in like games and playing more different games. And my friend Celadon recommended Trackmania Nations Forever, which I spent a total of about 60 hours playing, and I had lots of fun with him on that. He didn't have a computer at the time, so we would go on a call, I would share my screen with him and play. We would talk, and he would give me racing lines, and then I would try my best to perform them, but normally fail. But it was a lot of fun, and I got interested in games and gaming. I got Xbox Game Pass. I had been considering it for a while, and I decided why not just get it and see how it goes. The first month is like £1 anyway, so what can go wrong? And well, it turns out a lot can go wrong, but luckily it didn't just yet. But foreshadowing for later in the story. I had a lot of fun. In fact, I'll check what the first few games I downloaded were right now. The one that instantly comes to mind is Sniper Elite 5. Now it sounds rather weird that that would be my first download when I got Xbox Game Pass, which has so many incredible games. And I can kind of understand that. I also downloaded FIFA 22. I've spent less than 2 hours on that. I'm not even gonna lie. Um, but there was something about Sniper Elite 5. Probably the fact that it was the first shooter game that I'd ever played. You snipe people, it's World War II based, so history, I was interested in that. It was lots of fun, and I got through the storyline before my next Minecraft phase came around, and I was very happy with that. Looking back, I wasn't allowed to play it. It was an 18. I'm not allowed to play 18s, but I did anyway, and I'm glad I did because even though it wasn't the best game, it opened up my eyes to all the different games that I could get on Xbox Game Pass. I realised just how big a selection of games it had, and I got Hitman, the Hitman trilogy, which I was also not allowed to play, but I did. I didn't know I wasn't allowed to play it. I'm not that naughty. Um, but I got Hitman, and it was so much fun. I had so much joy from just figuring out what to do. I've never been particularly good at gaming, and I never think I will be. But I've always enjoyed playing a good game. In Hitman, I finished the whole storyline, every single main level. Like, haven't done any of the extra tasks, but had so much fun doing that main storyline, and it was really fun, really good gameplay, and it really captured my mind. And I began to get more games. I got 3 or 4 more games from Xbox Game Pass. That was fun. I got a game called Ascenders, which I'd been playing with another one of my friends. I got lots of different games that I thought they were fun, and Descenders is one of those games where you essentially you can play while listening to stuff. So I did, and a bit later on I would also get Forza Horizon 5, which is an incredible game. And I would listen to stuff, and I would listen to people talking about games, and I would take notes, not literally, but mental notes of what games were good, and that inspired me to want to download more and more games. But being me, I often get focused on one thing. I like to play one thing at a time. I played Forza Horizon 5 for a bit, and then eventually I decided, you know what, I'm gonna get more games. I had other ones that I played, um, but then I decided I'm gonna get more games. I did. I got a couple other games. I got No Man's Sky, which was really fun, and Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy. Fun games both. And I played them for a bit, and I still do play them, except I don't. I still do try to play them. So eventually I decided, you know what, I'll install a bunch of games. I had like terabytes and terabytes of storage left. There was no worries about that. My computer has great graphics. Why don't I just install a bunch of games? I found the best games that I could. Lots of games that I wanted to install. Some games that were recommended to me. World 96, Hollow Knight, which I've really wanted to play, Undertale. If you could think of like a critically acclaimed or good game that was not an 18, that was included on Xbox Game Pass for PC, I was probably wanting to download it. And I started downloading one of them, and I noticed that there was an error. I couldn't download it. It was fine, no worries. I'll just turn my PC off and on again. Normally works, not gonna lie. What could go wrong? There was still an error, and at this time I was trying to download some other games too. No, I don't think that was a problem trying to download too many games. Because the error had also happened on updates beforehand, but I just hadn't really taken it into account. Because updates for games that I didn't play anymore didn't matter to me. So I just assumed it was a one-time thing, and I didn't try reinstalling those updates. And I couldn't install the games. But at this time, I'd been watching a YouTuber called Doug, who played games in the wrong way, so to speak. often with Twitch chat, where he streams, helping him to do stuff in game by code. And in one of the games, in one of the things, he was playing a game called Peggle, and I thought, you know what, it's included in Game Pass. Why not just get it? It looks like some good short-term fun. Like I could get a good 10 hours of, that was fun out of this. And I did, and it installed from EA, their separate installing services, and it installed just fine. But every single other game that I wanted to install wouldn't install, like at all. It would get to 100% and then say error, and the error code was OX800701F. I know that because I've googled it multiple times and I've eventually memorized it. I couldn't install a single game from the Xbox launcher, but I checked, I did some stuff, and I found out that it was only from the Xbox. It was only from the Xbox app or the Microsoft Store, but Microsoft Store could download any game, just not a game that was in the Xbox Game Pass, and that did confuse me. And I tried all the troubleshooting issues, all of them, often multiple times. I searched up the error code. It wasn't even on Xbox's game error codes list. I searched it up. It all was to do with Windows updates. But there was one person who had my issue, who linked a video by some random guy on YouTube, and that detailed a weird way to fix it that had worked for everyone else. I got really excited. It didn't work in the short term. No, it didn't work. And I was obviously frustrated by this. I really wanted it to be fixed. So my friend, who is a coder, came round to help me fix it. He got closer than anyone else, I'm going to say, but he told me that it was best if I went on Xbox support. It might take a while, but they'll know the issue. So I went on Xbox support. I couldn't find the chat with a person option, so I went with chat with a gamer, and then it said your case will need to be reviewed by a specialist. And I went on with this Xbox support person who was very nice, gave me all the steps I'd already done, but I was fine. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that I was just going to be told to do basic troubleshooting. Eventually, after 2 hours, she was very nice, but the system is just really slow. She said it will be raised to the backend team. You will receive an email with a summary of what has happened in the conversation, and you'll receive an update on your situation in 24 to 72 hours. 24 hours passed. I hadn't seen a summary, but that was fine. I didn't really care about the summary. I knew what had happened in the conversation. What I really wanted was the update, but that could be for another 2 days. Another 2 days passed, and nothing happened. After about, let's say, 100 hours, I thought, what's happened? Why isn't this working? And I went back on with a different guy, and he told me can we do the basic troubleshooting step? I said, in the nicest way possible, not here to do that. I didn't say verbatim that. I told him that in proper human speak. I told him that I'd like to receive the update, and I would like to receive the summary. I'd also like to add a few things onto the file because a few things had changed. And he said, yeah, will do. Just verified the email that he was going to send it to, and it all worked. I got the summary of both conversations that I'd had, and I was told that within 48 hours I would receive an update, and that my case was under review. They were doing their best. I still haven't received an update. I've gone on with another Xbox support person one more time to add stuff to it and just ask if they have any updates, because with support, they're only going to be as helpful as they need to be, and They obviously do want to fix the problem, but it's not necessary. And you've got to be really nice, because these are random people who probably get tons of not very nice things said to them. Lots of frustrated people will probably take their anger out on them. They have nothing to do with it, it's not their fault. But you have got to kind of be persistent, I think. So I was, still nothing has been fixed. Every day I check the email, I try to do something, I checked, and it's just got worse and worse basically. Now I can't even play any of the games that I have. I can play games from EA, Ubisoft, Riot Games, all of them, all of the other services and install clients that you get with Xbox Game Pass. I could play all the games that I'd installed with my Game Pass from those services, but just not from actual Xbox. That was frustrating to me for reasons that I'll probably say. A lot of my favourite games I couldn't play Forza, so I had to play only Minecraft really for them. And I got a Minecraft realm going again, blah blah blah, very fun, but still I had this issue. There were so many games that I want to install that fascinate me. I really want to try out gaming, so to speak. Like, the earliest games I've played are cheap mobile games and games on a Wii, and the Wii is legendary, don't get me wrong, but there's so much more to view now, and I really want to do that. And there was this one game called Lake which I wanted to install, not because it seemed groundbreaking to me, but a lot of the games that I play are quite high intensity. I thought it would be nice to have a nice relaxing game such as Lake. Obviously I couldn't install it because of my issue, but I do believe Lake has left the Xbox Game Pass. So because of my issue, I was unable to install that. And the same happened with another game, which I now forget the name of. There was so many I wanted to install. I'm gonna be honest, I think I deserve a refund, and yes, this is just a random rant from a customer. But I fully accept that I won't get a refund. I don't feel that I need a refund. It's not some integral part of my life, but as someone that can get easily frustrated, and as someone who will devote lots of their time to trying to do one thing, I want the issue to be fixed. And if you're thinking, is he just doing a YouTube video because he's angry at his computer not working? Probably, I think so, yeah, probably. But yeah, I want the issue to be fixed. I'm gonna do what I can. I'm trying new things. I appreciate that it might take some effort, but I would really appreciate an update. And yeah, that's basically where I'm at. But I know loads of games I'm going to install once I get Game Pass back. There's so many games that I've tried to install, and my friend Taperbook has recently got Game Pass, so I can play games with him on it. Game Pass is such a good service because you get to experience all these games for a really cheap price. But the problem with it is that these issues are slow to fix because it's Microsoft essentially, and they're massive. They have loads of issues, people. So their back-end team's probably got a lot of stuff to do, but I just really want to play these games. Hollow Knight. I've never been a kind of platformer person. I don't even know if it is a platform. I may be doing it a big disservice. Might be classed as a side-scroller? I'm unsure, but I've heard from a couple of people that I've listened to that it's a good game, and the more I think about it, the more I listen about it, it seems to just be better and better, and I really appreciate it that it may be a really good game, and I should expand my lens, and that's what I was trying to do. I was thinking, hey, I haven't played this genre of game yet, let's give it a go. I'll play the best of that genre to know if the genre's for me, and some of them will be, some of them won't. But there are also games that I know that I'm going to enjoy that I really want. So Undertale, for example, I have absolutely no problem with pixely games. I love Pokemon. To be fair, I can't really say I love Pokemon. I've played 2 of the games. In theory, I love Pokemon, but it's on a DS, and there's just so little that I have to do on a DS when I can have all the stuff that I do on my computer, and it's difficult for me to get fully immersed because I have lots of problems with Pokemon. But I love it. It's a cool game. I've beaten Pokemon Sun, Ultra Sun, and very nearly beaten Pokemon Black and White. And I have a copy of X and Y, which I've had for probably nearly a year now, which is just waiting to be played. And I'm sure that I could play any of them and just stop fussing about my issues with this, but this is maybe my love letter to gaming. I really appreciate now more than ever how good gaming is, how good it is not just for pure like wow and pleasure and fun, having fun and that, how good of a storytelling device it can be, how incredibly complex it can be, and it's really made me think about how cool games are, and I hope to in the future play lots of different games. The problem is, time is apparently limited. I mean, no one told me that. And when you're at school, time is even more limited. Which was a bit of a shame, but you know, I'll have to make do with what I get given. And in the future, I'm going to play loads of games. I have decided. I'm going to be one of those people who says, when I was in college, I played this game so much with my roommate. Good old days. Oh, they've forgotten how to make a good game. Yeah, I'm totally going to do that. I'm going to rant about all the different games that I played, how good they were, how your games are terrible now. But don't worry, that won't be for about 20 years. In the meantime, I'm completely unable to play any of these games from the Xbox Game Pass that I download from the Xbox or Microsoft Store. But I can play any games I download from Ubisoft or Riot or from EA Play. Now I can't play 16s on EA Play because I entered a birth date which disallows me from playing that. So a lot of games I want to play on there I can't, but that's fine. I've just been looking through different games that I can play. With such a limited scope, I like barely have any games of like new games that I haven't played before. New territory to explore. I know I can go back to any of my current games and stop whining, but I really want to explore this new territory. But with such limited scope for said new territory of stuff that interests me, I've been forced to download games that I wouldn't download under other circumstances. And from that, I went on to Ubisoft, and I saw that though they offer barely any games good for me because they're all 18s, they do offer Trackmania, which isn't even part of the Game Pass, but this is a new Trackmania. I'm playing it now. It's fun. And from EA, I have Peggle and Peggle Nights, which I'm going to start playing soon, which can hopefully be a fun continuation of my Peggle experience. I might stop playing FIFA 22 with such like narrow possibilities of what to play. And I say that knowing that back in the olden days there would be even less stuff to play, but with let's say a narrow line of what I can install, I've begun installing new games that I want to play, that I wouldn't have installed earlier, but now that I don't really have the option, I will. And I plan to, after this video, maybe tomorrow, maybe the week after, I don't know, I'm going to play some of those games, and until my issue gets fixed, I'm going to have to make do with them. And I'm going to enjoy them as much as I possibly can because I really, really like gaming. I think gaming is absolutely beautiful. I appreciate that lots of people don't like it, but I feel that, for example, like some people that I know very well just aren't interested in gaming, it doesn't appeal to them. I know inside me that, and this might not be true for everyone, there is a game for each and every one of them. Even if I don't know what game that is, there is definitely a game for them. And this is kind of a letter to a lot of my friends who play Minecraft, I guess, to diversify your gameplay, because I know we all love playing Minecraft, but Celadon Leader, he plays Minecraft on his phone. He has a new map, I think, but he doesn't have the widest opportunity of games, doesn't have the widest range, sorry, and he has to make do with mobile games. He has found so many mobile games that he loves. Bloom PD, for example, which is absolutely legendary, I have to say. And he loves playing that, and he continues to play it, and he really enjoys his diversified taste in games. So, to those of you who don't play other games other than Minecraft, I completely respect that. That I am very similar. But do try install new games that you haven't installed before, because I can't, and I'm really frustrated, and I need you to tell me good games so that I can keep hope. I don't really care about your gaming experience. I'm really just bothered about my opportunities to find new games. No, but seriously, I do think there's so many good games out there, and I know if you're watching this, there's a good chance you're not a gamer, you're just one of my friends. But give me a game recommendation. I'm willing to try new things. Just remember, I can't do 18s apparently. And I would love to play new games. And one day, I'd love to make a game. I appreciate this video is completely dragging on, but let's be honest, you didn't come here expecting a highly edited, polished video. If you did, you overestimate me a lot. This channel has, what, 12 subscribers? I'm completely unsure. But, you completely overestimate me. Anyway, where was I at? One day I wish to create a game. I find coding frustrating. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's a universal statement when it comes to code. Ooh, oh, I just hit my best friend. I'm pretty sure that's a universal statement when it comes to coding. Everyone finds it quite frustrating, but I really, really want to make a game. I want to learn how to code, but it's so easy to get distracted nowadays, and so difficult for me to get fully immersed in something if I can't get immersed in something. I find it difficult to concentrate on it. But once I do, you can be assured that I will be very concentrated. But yeah, that's basically probably where I'll leave this video off. Please let me know your suggestions for games. Give me your thoughts on the video, on new content. Also, I'd just like to say, the Wii is I think the Wii is its own genre of game. The Wii, it's like incredible and beautiful, and the Wii is definitely like what started all of this for me. We used to go around to the friend's house every once in a while, play it. For one birthday, I got given it. I was absolutely ecstatic. Like, this was the greatest gift. And I'm very happy to say, to this day, every couple of months, I'll say, you know what's fun? The Wii. And I will go on the Wii, and I will load up Mario Kart Wii, I will load up Wii Sports Resort, I will load up any game. Turns out they have Call of Duty on Wii, I did not know that, but apparently I can't load that up. And I will play it, and I will have such a good time. And nostalgia is a funny thing. I'm nostalgizing, if that's the word, for a period that wasn't that long ago compared to all the people I hear on YouTube talking about their nostalgia for the original Mario games. I don't feel that same way about those games. I've never played them, but I feel games have a certain ability to continue to be used past their expiry date. I feel games are a really beautiful form of media. I'm essentially just repeating stuff now and struggling to articulate my feelings towards this, so I'll probably end the video off here. Thank you for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed. Look out for a new main channel video soon. By soon I mean like anywhere within the next 10 years. Yeah, thank you and goodbye.